Hey, it's Mickey. I've started these new things, excerpts, and I've got 6 or 7 done, and I just think you guys will like them. They're not exactly poems, but I like them, so let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and read them. What I've heard about him. April 26, 7:05 p.m. When they say his blue eyes are oceans, they aren't lying, but I've never been that good at swimming. I get too far in the water and start to drown. They told me his smile holds as much happiness as all the babies in the world laughing, and I thought that was impossible. But he smiled at me, and I felt lights brighten every dark corner of my being. They said someone could be your best friend and fall in love with you at the same time, and as I have now learned, they were wrong. You could fall in love with your best friend, but never were they going to fall in love with you unless it was a millisecond too late. April 28th, 2:48 p.m. They told me love felt like hearts, and the way you get when butterflies land on you, the way I get love, is knife stabbing my chest. I get my mouth sewn shut, and I feel like a hurricane is destroying the inside of my body. Love does not feel like I have butterflies in my tummy. Love feels like anxiety and hatred threw up on me. Love feels not good enough. Love feels like give too much, don't get anything back. Love feels like he said, "Hey, watch this." And he grabbed my heart, threw it in the ocean, and wasn't interested because it didn't float. It sunk. I heard on May 1st, 9:33 a.m., I heard them say his voice was a symphony, much better than anything Mozart could write. I did not believe them. Do you know how beautiful Mozart's music was? He spoke and music notes flowed from his mouth. I heard them say his frown was the worst of all natural disasters. It could tear states apart, not only states that people live in, but states of mind too. I didn't believe them. He frowned at me, and I think it took happiness away. And they say you can reconstruct after a tornado hits, but it's never the same afterwards. May 4th, 3:01 p.m. They said he has arms that felt like they were home. I didn't believe them, but he held me, and I swore I felt like where I needed to be was right there. They said his arms could also feel like you were the tip of the Titanic crashing into the iceberg when he held you. I didn't believe that either until he hugged me after he had already left. I didn't feel like the tip of the Titanic. I felt like the water that splashed in between. I could move, but there was really no point. Even crushing me, it was still home. May 8th, 9:09 a.m. They said he was trouble, but I did not see bad grades in someone who once stood against a wall at recess. In fact, it was some of the best grades I had seen someone have. I had yet to learn the trouble came with alcohol and abusive words. He spoke and his words sounded like fireball and broken dreams. There are things far worse than bad grades and a small mark on a school record. They said, do not mess with trouble, but God, who knew trouble could be so addicting. May 14th, 3 p.m. I've heard saying goodbye to him was like a shipwreck. I didn't believe it, but I felt tornadoes swirling around in my stomach, and there's broken parts everywhere. They said hugging him for the last time would feel like I had said hello to depression. I laughed at them. I don't want to communicate with anyone, much less smile now. I think, in a sense, he didn't open the door for depression. I think he is depression, and I'm sadly the one to blame. I laid out a welcome mat and hung balloons for him to know which house to come into. I let him in. June 22nd, 9:24 p.m. There was a rumor about how holding his hand was like hanging from a cliff. You would want to hold on for dear life. I didn't believe this. I held his hand and didn't feel the need to hang on for my life. Then I felt him letting go, and my grip strengthened. How on earth could he let me fall off a cliff if he didn't intend to catch me? That's when I learned that his love was not charming and endearing, but instead cruel and unlasting. Love was not a hand to hold. Love was a hand to let go of when your palms became too sweaty to care about your own life. That's all I've got so far. But let me know what y'all think. Comment, share, let everybody see. Let me know. Alright. Bye.